You are watching Channel Adrian TV.
Yo, YouTube, what up? Welcome back to another morning motivation after workout thoughts video. I just want to say, y'all, I appreciate the support, and I know y'all been seeing me do the NFL top 100, so those videos are gonna come, but I'm still gonna do these morning motivation videos. And plus, I gotta show y'all something. This box right here is not the Aquas, it's the playoff 8s. I didn't do a review on these yet, and I'm going to drop the review tomorrow because remember, next weekend the Aqua 8s are going to come out, and since I did get the playoffs and I didn't do a review on those, I am going to do a review on these. I'm drop the video most likely tomorrow, and then when I get the Aquas, I'll do the review video as well. So y'all, I just want to let y'all know, even though I'm doing all these NFL top 100 videos, I'm still going to do the sneaker reviews, still going to talk about relationships, and still do these morning motivation after workout thoughts, because like as y'all know, I've always said I'm in everything, and that's what Channel Adrian TV is. I'm in anything. I'm in everything. So because some of you may just follow me for morning motivation and workout motivation. Some of you may only subscribe to me for sneaker reviews. Some of you may subscribe to me for my reaction videos that deals with relationships, police body cam, sports, whatever it is. So I just want to let you know I'm still going to do all types of videos, and just watch the ones you want to watch, because I appreciate the support regardless. But to get into today's topic, or morning motivation or after workout thought, is the best trait you can have is learning how to do things for yourself. I can't tell you how many grown adults, I'm talking about 30s and 40-year-olds, they need someone to do something with them to hit a goal. For example, like my goals with YouTube or my goals of working out, I don't need someone there to help me get to a goal. If anything, that's a crutch. And to me, at that age, if you're in your 30s and 40s, if you need someone to do something with you, that tells me a lot about yourself, that you don't have the discipline, and honestly, you don't have the leadership qualities to lead yourself, which is pretty sad, because at the end of the day, we all heard this saying, the only person that's gonna save you is who? Yourself. So the fact you need someone to ride along with you, I gotta be honest with you. Like, let me just say this is not hate speech. This is just honesty. Anyone, especially grown, that I know, that if they need someone there to do something with them, I think that's pathetic, especially if you're a man, because if you're a man and plan to have a family, you have to be able to lead. But how can you lead your family if you need one of your friends to help you do something that you know you need to do? And you may be asking, Adrian, well, give an example. For example, going to the gym. I don't need a gym buddy to hit my gym goals. And I know some of you people do like going to work out with a gym buddy, but my main thing is, if that gym buddy isn't there, is that going to stop you from going? Are you going to completely fall off? You shouldn't have that mindset. Your mindset should be, regardless if that person be's there, I'm still going to do what I need to do. It's like that one phrase that a lot of adults use when you're young and growing up, saying, if someone else jumps off the bridge, are you? In other words, it kind of shows me more that you're more of a follower. And that's one thing I notice about being a follower. Now, you can follow people who have good traits, but at the end of the day, when it comes to life, you need to be able to have those traits to put forth on your own, to do for yourself. Like I said, for this YouTube channel, if I have certain goals for me on this YouTube channel and on Rumble and on social media period, I don't need someone to push me. And I notice people that need someone to push them, a lot of times those people are anchors. In other words, I'll be honest with you, those tend to bring you down. You ever done a group project with someone you know who isn't going to do their work, or isn't going to do what they need to do? And I'm pretty sure some of you have worked with people in a work environment like that. It becomes tiresome because you got to carry dead weight. Now, it's one thing if you have to be around dead weight at your job, but being around dead weight in your own personal life, I wouldn't do it, nor put myself around that in that situation. And to the men out there that are watching this, one thing that I've noticed is, if you get married and your wife notice that you're a follower of a man, or that man that you hang around has more leadership qualities, she's going to want you to be more like him. And I have video examples that I will do reaction videos. And I know some of you men may deflect to say, no, not my wife. Men, I'm telling you, I've been around women ever since I started working at 16, and I've seen it time and time again, to where I understand what it means. Women respect men more who are leaders, and that shows masculinity. Now, Does that mean they're going to necessarily marry that man? No, because he may be too stern to where she can't control him, or she just may not want that pressure. So it's not a good or bad thing. It's just actually it's just the truth. Because, for example, I've always said, women have told me, Adrian, you work out so much, I know I couldn't be in a relationship with you because if I get fat, you'll leave. I'm like, yeah, you're right. But I lead with that. And if a woman knows she's going to be lazy, why would she want to be with me when she could be with a man who's lazy and is going to be fat? You see what I'm saying? So a lot of stuff all comes from discipline. And if you are a disciplined person, because I know you may be saying, well, Adrian, what does discipline have to do with doing things on your own? To me, that's one of the building blocks. Having discipline and doing things on your own shows that you do have discipline. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because I know I talk about relationships on this channel. If you are disciplined, odds are you need to be with someone disciplined as well. Because that's why another reason when I'm dating or hanging with women, I need to know how disciplined they are. If they're not disciplined, I'm not going to take the relationship seriously, or honestly, it'll probably just be a situationship. So during the vetting process, I'm analyzing her behavior and I'm seeing, okay, does she need to always depend on somebody? Is she disciplined enough that she could go to the gym but by herself? Does she always need someone with her to go somewhere to do something? Like, for example, if I know I need to go to the Nike outlet to go grab something, I could easily do it by myself. I don't need to call somebody to see if they could go. And then if that person can't go, I won't go. To me, that's stupid. And I know, because some of you may be watching this or listening to this driving saying, well, Adrian, a majority of women are like that. Yeah, I know. That's why, like I said, during the vetting process, a lot of times women I'm talking to, it's too many strikes, so I won't even want that. And you may be saying, well, Adrian, what's the point? No one's perfect. It's not that no one's perfect, but you need certain traits for me to take you seriously. And like I said, this all deals with discipline and learning how to do things on your own. If I do things on my own and have discipline, I will want my girlfriend, wife, or whatever relationship is to have discipline and do things on her own. Because why? If we have a child, we could teach them the same things. I don't want to lie to my kids. I don't want to be that parent, if I ever had children, to lie to kids is something I can't do. Like, you have all these parents and people trying to teach them to be a straight A student, which is excellent, but you're not an A student when it comes to your health. You're not an A student when it comes, and I'm talking about the parents who are trying to preach this. You're not an A student when it comes to your health. You're not an A student to your credit score. You're not an A student to how much you make. You're not an A student to your debt and income ratio. You're pretty much average. So if anything, the best thing you could teach your kids is how to be average. Now, I know that's going to rub some people the wrong way because you shouldn't teach people to be average, but what I believe is you can tell people to become better, but you can't preach it to like you are. Like, for example, no one could tell me about work ethic if they're fat and broke. You just can't. Now, if you're not broke, okay, that's one thing. But if you are, let's say you're not broke and fat, I'm still not going to respect your discipline and hard work because I don't believe in obesity. Now, if you say, Adrian, you're right, I don't care about being obese, and you're right, you should want to be in shape. Now, see, that's different because you're not deflecting and you're being honest. And I know I went off on a tangent, but I'm just trying to show you how deep this goes as far as discipline and doing things on your own. And it goes into a multitude of things. And the silver lining in all of this is if you're disciplined, it's one of the best traits you can have because you don't need to depend on anybody when someone's not there. So y'all, maybe this may be your first video, or maybe this is your first video of starting to get motivated and working out. And you need to understand this. You may not have it to begin with, or you may come from an environment, from your family, friends, or where you live who don't have that mindset. But this is why I say discipline and having that skill to doing it on your own is one of the best skills you could have, is because a lot of people around me have a loser's mentality or are obese. You get where I'm going. But I don't let that plague me, my mindset, and who I am. It's just easy for me to separate myself because since I have the discipline and I have the wherewithal to not let that bother me, I can still do these videos. I can, as you see, I can still go out to run because I have had these talks with people, and people are like, well, Adrian, I know people around you and your family's fat. And I'm like, okay, but what does that got to do with me? If anything, that's just trying to light more on me that I'm strong enough mentally and emotionally to not let, because people have a loser's mentality and they're fat, not to let it bother me. Now, once again, this is not hate speech. This is just honesty and motivation to give you motivation for the day. Now, if you want to be overweight, there's nothing wrong with it, but I'm pushing for people who don't want to be overweight and people who do want to have a better life and who do want to set goals and actually hit those goals. So if you feel that way, subscribe to the channel. And also, if you like sports reaction videos, sneaker review videos, Sunday motivation to get you through the week, after workout thoughts, morning motivation to get you through your day, subscribe to channel Adrian TV. I appreciate all the support. I'm glad to be back because I hate being sick, but y'all can expect more videos. I'll see y'all later.